Gakonga, your coach and the pioneer of Vision Football Kenya. Habari zenu wa Kenya wenzangu. Leo hii, today, I want us to talk about crimes and sports. And the reason why I want us to talk about these two topics today, crimes and sports, is because I honestly believe that the role of sports in preventing crime is so important. And I also feel that in Kenya, we do not do enough in matters youth so that we can create enough sporting opportunities so that youth can stop getting involved in crime. It's not an excuse. It is something I know very well. Here in England, I have worked with over 1 million youths, and I have worked in 320 schools in UK, Scotland, and Wales. So when I talk about youth and what youths need, I really understand this area of youths. And today, I want to talk about crimes and sports. I really feel that if we can build a better football in Kenya, where youths are going to get involved, it is going to help a lot of youths to get out of crime. Because I know very well, for example, if you look like Pokot, where there is cattle rustling, imagine if there was good football system in Pokot. You'll have a lot of youths going to play sports and transforming their energy. Instead of cattle rustling, they'll go and play sports. And this is the same across. Look at Mombasa. I know Mombasa very well. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Mombasa. I spent a lot of time in Lamu. I've spent a lot of time in Kajiado. I know all these towns, yeah, are the same. If we put football there, a lot of youths from young age to all the way to under 18, they are going to get involved in sports. Sports here, for example, football was started in England over 100 years ago so that it can help the youths to get involved, and that helped so many youths to stop getting involved in drugs and alcoholism. Sports is one of the things that we have got it so wrong in Kenya, that we have ignored the role of sports in combating crime and even radicalization. Because once we get children involved in sports while they are young, as they grow up, they understand the importance of getting involved in sports, and then they feel a sense of belonging. They belong to their local club, they belong to their youth league, they belong to their county football team. All of this is so helpful when youths are growing up. And then football would play a great role in creating Nyumba Kumi for youths, so that the youths know each other because they play in the same football club or in the same league or in the same county or inter-counties. All of this intervention, they work very well when it comes to youth. But for me, I can honestly say that in Kenya, we don't do enough for youth in terms of investing enough time for the youth, in terms of investing enough money, and in terms of sorting the sporting structures so that youths can get involved. And that's why you see that there's a lot of problems around the youth and the youth system. So football can play a great role here, because implementing proper infrastructure for football does not require so much money, but it is critical that we have good structure or a good system for youth. And this is why you keep hearing me all the time that I campaign, I advocate, and I talk of a better football in Kenya, because I know football takes about 70% of the youth. 70% of the youth are involved in football, and they would play football. Therefore, if we had a good football system, I'm telling you, our crime level in youth would go very, very low, because youth don't necessarily want to get involved in criminal activities. But if they have nothing else to do, their minds become idle. And you know very well that it is not good to be idle. Therefore, the simplest thing we could do is to make a good football system for our youths. Yeah, it is something we really, really need to look into. If you go to our Kenyan jails, they are full of youths. Why? It is wrong. And we need to spend more time in this area of youth and understand that if youth have nothing to do, if we don't put enough interventions for youth, if we don't spend enough time and energy and money in the area of youth, this thing is going to come to haunt us, years to come. So I honestly today want to say this, that I am committed, and I want to see Kenya having a very good football system so that it can help millions of youth, not only playing for amateur. I want them to become professional. I want them to become semi-professional. I want them to become referees, football scouts, football agent. Our football is so huge. If it was better, if it was restructured and streamlined so that it can involve so many youths from different towns, even if it is just for fun, few hours that you have within the week, go play with your friend, play for something, win a cup or something. This sense of belonging and belonging to youth clubs and leagues is so important for our youths. This is an area that we have ignored so much. This is an area that we need to focus now and very soon so that we can help our youth. They can get involved in all sporting activities and mainly football. Football is my area. This is the area I'm so passionate about. And I want to see in the next 2 years that we have a better football system in the country. And that's why me and the rest of my group, Vision Total Football Kenya group, we also call ourselves Third Way Solution. We want to see a better football in Kenya. So when we criticize FKF, the Football Federation, when we say the system of football is rotten, we are saying what we really understand, and a better football system will do justice for our youths. It will give our youths a platform to get involved. Then they can get away from alcoholism, drug abuse, and so on and so on and so on. Cattle rustling, radicalization. This is something we can combat very well by having the correct platform for youths to get involved in sports. A lot of youths that you see getting involved in crime, they get to be very, very talented and that's why it is very good to have a good platform for sports for them instead of leaving them to get bored and getting involved in the wrong thing. Because this is the thing about the youth. If there is nothing good for them to get involved, they will get involved in the wrong things. I'm not saying this. These are researches done and results are out. That's how it is for youths. You either have something good for them to get involved or they get involved in other things. And this is a reality. And we must think about it and do what is right. And what I think is right in matters Kenyan football, we must make it inclusive. We must make it available to our youths, and then they can progress from there. Those who have talent, they can play until where they want to. Those who do not have so much talent, they can still get involved at amateur level, semi-professional level, youth level, and progress. Or maybe they don't want to play football. Maybe they want to be a referee. Maybe they want to be a paid referee. Maybe they want to be a coach. Maybe they want to be a football club manager. Maybe they want, there are so many areas where people can get involved in football, but we need to open up our football, because currently our football is managed by a very small group of people, and it does not open wide so more people can get involved, so football can become an industry. We need it to open so it becomes an industry that has money. How are sponsors going to come in? They will only come in when they see a good football system, because they are guaranteed of good return. Even if it's not return, they want good exposure. Without a good structure, and structure, I don't mean buildings. I mean the way football is governed and managed. That is called a football governance structure. Unless sponsors can see that, they will not get involved. But for today, I wanted to say how critical it is that we have a good football system, at least that our youths can get involved and they can get away from social vices. My fellow Kenyans, I really, really believe a good football system is going to help our government fight crime and fight social vices, alcoholism, and everything that the youths get involved in. We need to help our youth. I will say it again. I feel we do not do enough for our youths. We really, really need to consider to invest in our youths in terms of money, in terms of knowledge, in terms of time. This is going to pay back if we invest in youths. My fellow Kenyans, remember, Vision Total Football Kenya is the vision that's going to help Kenya usher in a new era for football, have a new beginning, and make our football become something that we can be proud of. Currently, our football system is rotten. It is not helping Kenyans. Everyone is complaining. Players, coaches, referees, managers, people are not getting involved. Our football need to be better. It is so many years since independence in 1963. Our football should be something different. And like I keep saying, we are having so many football elections that are being cancelled, meaning that things are not right. And this is why I'm saying we need to fight for a better football in Kenya. I want you to get involved in the struggle for a better football in Kenya. If you stay aside, stand on the fence and watch us talking about a better football in Kenya, your daughter, your son will ask you, where were you when there were people called Vision Total Football Kenya fighting for a better football in Kenya? Dad, mom, where were you then? Please, let us not wait for that. It is now. Let us get involved. Like-minded people, let us fight for the revelation of our football. Let us fight for a better football in Kenya. This struggle will come to an end. Vision Total Football Kenya is the way forward, is the blueprint for our Kenyan football, and together we shall make sure that Kenya has a better football and our youths have a better football to be proud of. I leave you in peace. I'm gone.